Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expect, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. You know I'm talking about y'all. Makes me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. Hey y'all, good morning. Is this still? No, it's not. It's afternoon, child. Good afternoon. How you guys doing? All right. Y'all know I missed the technical first of the month, but this is the first time I've been live this month. And so I've gifted the memberships. So was it She Contextualizes, Retired 1964, Eruption Still, Spiritual News Network, and Kay Calloway. Congratulations. Now listen, I don't know any of those names, okay? So you are a bush watcher or you part of the replay gang. If you are here, drop down and say hi. I love come on in and say hi. Congratulations. Oh, Cross Country Cruiser and gifted some memberships. Hold on, let's see what she hold on. Let's see what she done gifted. Lord, I said gifted. Lord, gifted. Let's see what she done gifted. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Lord, let me see who got the memberships. Thank you, Cross Country Cruiser. Thank you, boo. Let me see who got them. Hold on. My chat's not moving on this side. Hold on. Let me look on my phone. Let me just look on my phone because the chat is not moving on this side of the world. Okay. Why is it showing? Why is it showing this vert anyway? Look. Lord, I can't see. Why is it showing this vert anyway? Why is it? Look. It's showing this vert. I'm sorry, y'all. It's showing. Give me a second. Well, thank you, Spiritual News Network. Hey, girl. Hey. Or hey, boo. Hey. You sneaking in? Well, come on in. We about to get started. I just want to make sure Come on in. We about to get started. Why is it only showing me on the vertical? I hate looking at it from the vertical. I can't get in. Okay. Here I am. I can't get in. Here I am. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. Loving your platform. I'm always in the cut. Well, thank you, Jack. Is it Jack SH? Jack SH4785. Thank you, boo, and thank you for being a member for 21 months. Thank you so much. Okay, hold on. Welcome back. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Yvette received a gifted membership. Actually, Aubrey, Ms. 757. Derek. I really hate they then went to these things, child. Alyssa and DB. Oh no, DB child. I'm just reading you. And I of Derek. Okay, I think I got everybody. Congratulations if you were gifted a membership again. I'm not familiar with some of those names, so you guys drop down and say, "Hey, girl, hey." Y'all say hi. Come on in. But some people I know are in the replay game. Y'all tell me all the time. I'm in here all the time. I'm just in the replay game. So come on through, y'all. So let me say hi to the people and we about to get into some things, honey. I've been gone. I didn't even go live. Sometimes I try to give y'all a good live while I was on vacation. The reception was so janky, y'all. And I couldn't get on StreamYard. And y'all know I hate going live straight from YouTube. And I just didn't do it. And a few times I got ready to go live and I just didn't. Child. But let me drop in. Let me go to the top. Let me say hi to the people, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into some things. What's up, Cruz? I saw you drop down, girl. Corey, Ravine, what's going on? Hey, Quake, Southern Belle, B-Lo, Katrina, what's going on? What's up, Yvette? Hi, Miss Jocelyn. Call me homie. Okay, homie. Just Michelle, Felicia, what's going on? Alexis, Miss Bathing, Stacy Renee, Brandon, hey boo, Ash Tuck, Makia, hey. Carter Lisa, Xavier, hey boo, Lons Blair, Dre Loving Life, again, thank you for being a member for 32 months. Yes, you've been rocking with me hard, honey. I appreciate you. Miss Pretty Amazing, Hershey Chocolate, Miss Jocelyn. Hey, Kitty Doc. Hey, boo. I have to catch the replay because these people had the audacity to want me to work. I know that's right. Child, y'all know I'm only a couple of weeks away from that, child. I'll be back in the cut. You ain't in uniform? You ain't in uniform. Look at you. What's up, Lock Queen, Montrez? Hey, everybody. Lauren, Tracy. If I missed you, try this in my head and not my heart. Listen, y'all. So y'all come on in here. Maybe I have not been. Look, my flight was delayed. My flight was supposed to get in at midnight. So I was already getting in late. And then my layover was in Miami. Miami had really bad storms last night. So my flight was delayed. And at first I was nervous because my flight got in and we sat on the tarmac for probably 45 minutes. And I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, this is going to be tight. Because, you know, for those of you who don't know, if you fly into Miami from out of the country, in Miami, you know, you have to go through customs, but you also have to claim your luggage and recheck your luggage. So it's not just a matter of getting to your gate. If all I had to do was get to my gate, I wouldn't have been nervous. But the fact that I had to go through all of that to get to my gate. So at first, they told us on the plane, they said, listen, if you have a connecting flight, your flight is going to probably be delayed because this is across the board. Like, we're sitting here because everything is backed up because of the storms, you know, so everybody's flight is probably going to be delayed. So don't panic. You know, if you have a layover, just keep refreshing your app because they're going to probably delay your flights. So I was like, okay. Now, by the time we got off the flight, they had not delayed my flight. So I was still a little nervous. And y'all, for those who don't know, y'all know I get the wheelchair service when I'm at the airport. So I let the guy know. I said, hey, they said that my flight is going to probably be delayed, but they haven't delayed it yet. So he was like, no problem. He was like, you know, we're going boom, 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 you know. So, so as we were going through the process, I got the thing saying my flight was delayed, but at first it was only delayed by 20 minutes. I said, oh, that should be perfect because by the time I got the thing saying my flight was being delayed, we were actually picking up my luggage. So I was like, perfect. I said, I should be able to get through TSA because you got to go back through TSA and everything. I should be able to get through TSA, no problem. Boom. Then I got another one when I was in the line for TSA because how about TSA pre-check was closed? So everybody had to go through TSA. Now, what they did was, though, if you had TSA pre-check, they gave you a little card so you could still didn't have to go through you didn't have to take your shoes off and all that. You got a little card. So, but the line was still backed up because now everybody is going through TSA. You don't even have the option of pre-check. But again, because I was doing the wheelchair service, I still was moving faster. I mean, people were in line like, you know, do y'all mind if we get in front of y'all? Because we got 7 minutes to catch our flight. And in my mind, I was like, baby, you're not going to make that flight. Now, I don't know if it was 7 minutes to boarding or 7 minutes till they close that door. But baby, if you still sitting in TSA and you got 7 minutes before they close that door, I don't think y'all was going to make that flight. Now, if it was 7 minutes till they started boarding, you might have been okay. You might have been okay. But yes, baby, TSA was closed. Pre-check was closed. So I do all of that. I get to my gate. But mind you, as I'm going through this, they keep delaying my flight longer and longer and longer. Now I'm like, okay, I was happy for the delay at first, but now I'm ready to get the hell on this plane and get the hell home. Shout. I don't have global entry. I'm going to get global entry. The reason why I don't have, okay, so it's 2 reasons why I don't have global entry. Number one, well, 3 reasons. The first one is I keep forgetting to do the damn thing. That's number one. The second reason is my TSA pre-check is going to expire next year. So I was like, I'll just go ahead. I was like, I'll go ahead and get it, but I'll get it closer to when my TSA is going to expire. So that, because once you get global entry, it's all, it's all inclusive basically. The third reason is because when I do the wheelchair service, I generally get to the front of the line anyway. I don't wait in line in customs. So honestly, I've kind of been lazy about it because I still get the benefit of global entry without having global entry, because when I have the wheelchair service, they take me straight to the front. So that's I've been lazy, if I'm being honest. I just kind of been lazy. But I am going to get it. Matter of fact, they were saying, the guy at the airport was telling me, he was like, go ahead and fill out your paperwork online and just come to the office at the airport. And he was like, it's like boom, boom, boom. He was like, you can just come to the airport and go to the global entry office. He was like, it'll take you 30 minutes. You be done. So I think, I said I was just going to drive up to the airport one day and do it. But either way, I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done before the next time I'm going out of the country. Cruises don't count, but I'm going to do it before the next time I go out of the country. So anyway, it took months for my global entry to finally be approved because I wasn't traveling. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. The guy, and that's why the guy that he told me at the airport, he was like, just come up here. He was like, you come up here, you skip all of that. Like, you don't have to do all of that. He was like, especially if you already have TSA pre-check. He was like, just come straight to the airport and go to the office here. And it's like, boom, boom, boom. So I said, it would be worth it for me to just drive to the airport, park, go in. Because you have to, it's on this side of TSA. So you don't have to go through TSA or anything. It's on this side. So I said, it's worth it for me to just drive to the airport and get it done. But anyway, so my flight was supposed to start boarding at 9:15, I think. My flight didn't start boarding until almost midnight. So I didn't get home like in my bed until after 3:00 this morning. Hey, Dr. Soapy. Hey, boo. Yes, I'm definitely going to get global entry. But again, I've been spoiled because I haven't needed it. Like, I literally haven't stood in line. I honestly have not stood in line in customs. The last time I stood in line in customs was the last time I didn't get the wheelchair. Matter of fact, my trip to France, that was the last time that I have not used the wheelchair, because that trip to France proved to me, girl, you need to, because I was like, I don't need the wheelchair. Like, I'm not handicapped, but I am. Like, I have issues with my legs if I do too much walking. I do have a handicap. And so I'm not one of those people that just use it for no reason. Like, I do have a handicap. So that trip to France, as bad as my legs hurt when I got, like, I was literally in bed almost a whole day when I got back. My legs hurt so bad. Like, my legs hurt so bad. That taught me a lesson. I was like, stop being prideful and listen to your body. So that's part of the reason. But no, I'm definitely going to get global entry, because you just, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Hey, say it again. I wear compression socks too. I do. I wear compression socks too. And y'all know I have thick thighs because, I'm a thick girl. So I buy they have them on TikTok, and I bought some off of TikTok and off of Amazon. They're cute designs and stuff, and they're for thicker thighs. So yeah, wear compression socks. Yes, definitely. And everybody should be wearing compression socks. Even, do you need a knee? I don't know. It's not my knees. It's not my knees. I have an autoimmune issue. It's my nerves. It's not my knees. My knees are about as good as they're gonna be for somebody my size. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my knees though. It's my nerves. I have nerve issues. So yeah, it's my legs. Dom Devereaux, you might not know my story. But I had my body attacked itself. Shit, it's about 10 years ago now. My body attacked itself, and I have an autoimmune situation. I always say an autoimmune situation because they never were able to diagnose me with anything. I didn't meet enough of the markers for them to make an actual diagnosis. I came closest to lupus. I hit the most markers for lupus, but I didn't hit enough markers for them to diagnose me with lupus. So I don't have a diagnosis, but I do have an autoimmune. That's why I would tell people I have an autoimmune situation, because I don't have a diagnosis. They could tell me what happened, but they cannot tell me I wasn't diagnosed with anything. So I have pain meds and, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just my legs. Y'all know I couldn't walk. I had to learn how to walk all over again. I was in a wheelchair. I had to go to rehab and learn how to walk all over again. So the fact that I'm walking and I can walk well, I can walk pretty good, but when it's long distances and it's a lot at one time, it just, my legs, and I don't think y'all realize how much I walk in the airport. Think about the next time you go to the airport, think about how much walking you do in an airport. Just even walking from you walk from, if you get dropped off, okay, you walk to the gate, you check your bags, and you walk from your check-in, go through TSA, get to your gate. Depending on how big your airport is, you might have to get on a trolley, a tram, a train, whatever, and get to your gate. And then when you land, you got to go to baggage claim. Then from baggage claim, depending on how far you are from baggage claim, and then from baggage claim, you got to get to wherever your situation is on how you're going to get out the airport. It's a lot of walking, and it may not be a lot of walking to somebody who's healthy, but it's a lot of walking for somebody who, I tell people all the time, I saw what you said, Kim. I'm gonna get to you in a second, baby. I have a window on my legs. I tell people that all the time. So I try to, what I have learned is in any situation that I'm in where I can preserve my walking, I do that. I've even started on the last 2 cruises I went on, I even did the wheelchair service to get on the cruise, because that's a lie. Virgin, I was going to, but I didn't, because Virgin really wasn't that long of a walk. But the last Royal Caribbean I did because it's a hill. It's like walking up. It's just little things like that. It's little things like that I can preserve my legs. So, right. Know your body, baby. Know your body. Nashville Airport, my feet were through. Yeah, when I went to Nashville, I got the wheelchair service. I've just learned, again, in any situation where I can preserve my legs, I do. That's why when I leave out my house, I plan out where I'm going. I can't do all of that. I got to know where I'm going, what I'm going to get. And you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. Like my regular day-to-day, my legs generally don't bother me. In my regular day-to-day, generally. I can always tell when I did a lot of walking at work, But anyway, but I'm good. Listen, I'm out that wheelchair, baby. I get up every morning. When I was sitting in that wheelchair, I said, I will never take for granted again being able to get out of my wheelchair. I will never. We just get up in the morning and walk. We don't think about it, right? When I was sitting in that wheelchair and I couldn't get up and walk, I said, I will never take this for granted again. So I don't complain. I just figured out. I just make adjustments. I don't complain. I just make adjustments. And I just thank God for it. I thank God for it. I run through the airport to keep up. My hubby, 10 of his steps are like 3 of mine. Yeah, see? And when you're running late, you know what I'm saying? It's just little things. It's little things. But anyway, y'all, let's get off of that. Kim, you said you couldn't wait till I come back because you want my opinion on Kandi. Okay, look, Kim, me and Kim had a little situation last time, but I love Kim. Kim clearly loves me because he came back. Baby, ooh, y'all made me so hot last time, but that's okay. I'm not hot no more. We good. We love each other, child. We family. When family disagree, child. We get up in the morning, we make breakfast, and we go and play some cards and shit. But anyway, I'll give y'all the full breakdown on my trip. Y'all know I'll do it on my travel channel. Overall, though, Curacao was great. I want to go back to Curacao. If I go back to Curacao, though, I don't necessarily want to do a resort. What I've learned is I don't know if I like resorts. We're going to get back to the resort thing. But what I would go back to Curacao, but what I think I want to do is do, like I did for my birthday, do an Airbnb, get a really nice Airbnb. And I saw some really nice Airbnbs, real nice. And I would definitely go back to Curacao. Curacao was beautiful. Curacao is beautiful. Now the mosquitoes, definitely take your tea tree oil. definitely take your skin so soft. I'm just telling you now. I left both here, which I don't believe I did that. I was like, how do I not have skin so soft or my tea tree oil? But baby, both of them, they were here. So the mosquitoes tore my ass up. I mean, they tore me up. I didn't really have the mosquitoes when we were in Tenerife. And that's probably why I don't have my skin. I forgot to pack my stuff because I didn't have that issue. I don't think I came back with not one mosquito bite from Tenerife, but baby, I got them all over my body. They tore my ass up. Do you hear me? But I would definitely go back to Curacao. Curacao is beautiful. Virgin Voyages has a crew. Yeah, the first time I went to Curacao was on a cruise. That's why I couldn't remember I had went because I hadn't gone to Curacao and stayed. I went for a day cruise. But as soon as I started looking up stuff on Curacao and I saw those colorful buildings, I said, oh, I've been there. As soon as I saw those buildings, I knew I had been to Curacao. What's up, DC Kool-Aid? Look, y'all need to get on one of these cruises with me. Now, DC Kool-Aid and Lisa over there, y'all need to get on one of these cruises. Oh, yeah, and it's hot as hell. I'm gonna tell you that now. It's hot as hell. In Curacao, you better get you a fan. Get you, baby. Me and my fan was best friends. I'm telling you now that is just hot as shit. And let me tell you something else about Curacao. If you are body conscious, you will not be body conscious in Curacao. You will let all the fat hang out. You will put on, because you're going to put on the least amount of clothes that you can get away with. I'm just telling you now. All the fat going to hang out. Arms, legs, thighs, stomach. It don't matter. I'm just telling you now. Because it's hot as fuck. Now that it is. The museum was really nice. Shout out to Cruiser for because when Cruiser went to Curacao, she told me about it. Shout out to Cruiser. I went to the museum. It was really good because it focused more on. It's always great to go to museums outside of the United States because they don't focus so much on U.S. history, right? Because we live here and because we go to museums here, most of the museums here are going to focus on our history, whatever type of history that is. So it's always nice to go to museums outside of the country because then you can get more of a global view on stuff. So that museum dealt with the slave trade and the Middle Passage and all of that, but it dealt with it more from a global view. So you saw they focused a lot on the different African kingdoms that were a part of the slave trade. And they got into it was interesting. They had a lot of artifacts there, and they had a lot of artifacts from Iran, which the name escapes me now, but the older name for Iran, it starts with an S. It's escaping me right now. But it dealt with a lot of Mali and Ghana and Mansa Musa and all of those things. So it was good. I enjoyed it. I went to the museum and then I walked through the markets a little bit and then I had lunch. It was a good afternoon. I enjoyed myself. Thank you, KDK. Who got the membership, y'all? Thank you for the membership, boo. Mwah. Thank you so much. Who got the membership? That sounds about right, Xavier. That sounds about right. Yeah. So anyway, I had a good time. I'll give you a full breakdown. We'll get a full breakdown on the other side. On the travel channel. We'll get a full breakdown. So with that being said, y'all, let's get into some of these stories. So while I was gone, let's talk because some of this stuff is stuff that happened while I was gone, honey. While I was gone, let's talk about Kelly's interview with Carlos King. I didn't watch the whole interview because I just can't do Kelly like that. In full disclosure, I did not watch the whole interview. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the sound bites of what was said. Okay, we're going to be talking about this. So if y'all don't like the fact that I ain't watched the whole interview, I'm just telling y'all now, I'm being honest. I didn't watch the whole interview because I can't do Kelly like that. The delusion, my brain, I can't take it. But Kelly made this comment about she deserves credit because she bought fashion and nobody did events like she did events on the Real Housewives of Atlanta until she came here. So let's break that stuff down from different angles. We got different angles we can look at this. Angle number one, We are in season 17 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And what I want to say is there is nothing new under the sun at this point. There are going to be very few women that are going to be able to come onto this show and give us something we have not seen. Now, to say that you bought fashion to the Real Housewives of Atlanta is beyond laughable. It's beyond laughable. I don't even know what your definition of fashion is. Ma'am, you did your confessional in a fucking t-shirt. Just because the t-shirt costs $1,500 doesn't change it from being a t-shirt. It is a t-shirt. I don't believe that to be high fashion. I don't believe that to be fashionable. Ma'am, you did your confessional in a t-shirt with no bra. Y'all know how I feel about bras, and I know that there are women who go every chance they get. They go without a bra, and I respect that. I respect your choices to not wear a bra. However, I reserve the right to talk about it. If your breasts are as big as mine, but you half my size, which means that your breasts stick out to here, and your nipples are always hard because for whatever reason, your blinkers are always on, I reserve the right to talk about it. Baby, me too, spiritual. Listen, the way mine is set up, baby, I gotta wear a bra. I don't feel comfortable. That's a me thing. Now, the next woman, she has every right to walk around with her things swinging. That is her business. But for me and mine, we're gonna always be strapped. We're gonna always be strapped. Me and mine. That's me though. That is me. Okay. Kelly, there's nothing about you that says high fashion. I'm sorry. When I look at, now listen, and I know everybody keeps bringing up to the Marlo Hampton of it all, and we can bring the Marlo Hampton of it all, but a lot of the women who have come through this show have given us fashion. Now, granted, some of the women their first season, they weren't given fashion, and then they found a stylist, and then the stylist helped them out. But that's what a stylist's job is. That's like me coming down on somebody that's like me telling somebody, well, you know, her hair used to look tied until she found a good hairdresser. Well, that's the purpose of a hairdresser, is to make your hair look good. So I'm not gonna come down on the ladies for finding stylists. If you know you're not good and you know you're not a fashion person and you found somebody that is literally their job, ain't no shame in that. I'm not a fashion girl. If I were to get into a position where I needed, where I was going to be photographed a lot and I was going to be in these types of spaces a lot, I would find me a fucking stylist. And I would find me a stylist that specialized in big women, plus size model, people who know how to dress a plus size woman. And that's what I would do. I already told y'all one of my dreams is to have enough money to afford a Christian Siriano dress. Because I love how he dresses plus size women. I think he has an eye for it and a talent and a passion for it. And I would love to wear one of his dresses. I don't know if I'm ever going to have that kind of disposable income. Okay. But I would love to wear one. I don't even know if I would ever need to wear one of his dresses, because I don't know if I'd ever go somewhere where I need his level of dress. But I would. So it's nothing wrong with saying, oh, well, these girls got stylists. Well, that's what the fuck they supposed to do. You're going to be on TV and you're going to be on radio. You're supposed to get somebody that know how to make you look decent. So what we're not going to do is sit here. Now, of course, Marlo Hampton is going to always be at the Mount Rushmore. She's going to always be on the Mount Rushmore when it comes to fashion, designer, labels. We're going to put her on that Mount Rushmore. But but a lot of women on this show, because let's be clear, just because you got a designer on don't make it cute. Shamia. So let's start there. So number one, you was like, I set the standard because of fashion. Then you talk about, and nobody had events like I had events. So let's go back to your first season and let's look at these events. You had a birthday party for your rat. And I'm sorry for all the dog lovers. I know y'all about to come at me and be like, I don't call her dog no rat. That her dog looked like a rat. The dog is raggedy looking. And then she had a nerve to dye the dog. Is that even like, is that you dyeing the dog? And you had a birthday party for, so is that one of the events that we're supposed to be in awe of, that you had a birthday party for your rat? What's up, Cheryl? Hey, boo. I know. I'm gonna call you because we gotta check on that stuff. Me, you, and I need to talk with. I need to touch base. Oh, before I forget. Oh God, y'all got a headache. I took some medicine. I'm hoping it's gonna go away soon. Two things. I need to talk to Cheryl, and I need to talk to Girl, why your name just flew out my head? Girl, you know who you are. Why your name just flew out my head? Jesus. Oh Lord. You know who you are that I need to talk to about the room in New York. Oh gosh. Girl, I can see your face is clear as day, but for some reason your wait a minute, leave the fur babies alone with me. Toby, I know you love your dog, and I love your dog, but your dog look like, but her, Tawana, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Tawana. But her dog looked like a rat. Your dog don't look like no rat. Your dog don't look like no rat. Your dogs are cute. Her dog look like a rat. But, everybody need love. Everybody need love. Everybody need love. So, Then you were talking about, so the other event you had an event at Balmain, and you were talking about this wonderful relationship you have at Balmain, and you were raising money for this particular disease condition that one of your daughters has, and yada yada yada. That's great. That's great that you had this event at Balmain. That's great that you say you have this great relationship at Balmain. Can I say something though, y'all? Can I say something? I hate to pull the rug back. Balmain, whatever. I hate to pull the rug back on this great thing that you did down to the Balmain, whatever, down to the place. I hate to pull the rug back. But can we be honest and call a thing a thing? Ma'am, you had a fundraiser. You have a corporation. You own a business. You have restaurants. You called them people. You called them people. And you said, I would like to have a fundraiser. And what they did for you is probably something they do all the time. If you can guarantee that they're going to sell a certain amount of money, they'll give you a percentage. They'll give you a percentage off. Towards your charity. If they say, hey, we're going to close the store from 2 to 6, and you can guarantee us that you're going to sell $100,000 worth of merchandise, we'll donate 10%, 15%, hell, maybe even 20% to the charity of your choice. I need y'all to understand that is no different. That is no different than your child's little league, basketball, football, gymnastics, band at school, cheerleading. That is no different than Buffalo Wild Wings saying, hey, if your people come in here between the hours of 2 to 6 and they bring this coupon, every time we put that code in, your organization gets 10% of what the people sold. The only difference is the price point. The only difference is the price point. Please understand, you didn't do nothing that somebody else on that show could have done the exact same fucking thing. It's going to be filmed. It's going you guarantee it's going to be on television. You guarantee it's going to be filmed. They get the fucking tax write-off, and you're guaranteeing that they're going to sell a certain amount of merchandise to equal what they probably would have sold if the store were open. Y'all, ma'am, you didn't do shit. I promise you, you didn't do shit. You made a phone call and said, hey, I'm going to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I would like to do a charity event there. How can we set this up? And they said, well, you need to call our corporate office, and the corporate office talked to you and looped in the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they figured out how they could get, baby, they won. You didn't win shit. They won. They got the exposure being on television. They looked like they were doing a charitable thing. They got the tax write-off, and they sold merchandise. Ma'am, nobody won. You didn't win. And you didn't bring us anything that we haven't already seen. And I hate to always compare to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but when it comes to luxury, I'm just gonna have to be honest. I never watched New York, so I can't compare it to New York or Orange County. But out of the ones I watch, Beverly Hills sets the luxury standard. Beverly Hills sets the luxury standard. Let's not forget that Garcelle had an Hermes dealer come to her home who specializes in gently loved, pre-owned Hermes bags. And the Hermes dealer came to her house and had all of the different Hermes bags. And I know at least 3 of the ladies bought one, maybe more. But we know that Garcelle bought one. We know that Sutton bought one, and we know that oh gosh, I gotta take my vitamins, child. Kyle bought one. Ma'am, when you giving us luxury on that level, then I'll be impressed. She's at the standard, all right. She's the first housewife to have another housewife as her landlord. And Gabby, and you took me right to my last point. My last point is, even if you were right, Kelly, even if you did all the things that you claim that you did, even if you're right, Kelly, Dubai as well. You're right, Lauren. Dubai definitely gives it as well. Even if you are right, let me start from the beginning. Even if you're right about everything you said, Kelly, you bought fashion, you bought events, you set the standard. Ma'am, none of that means anything because all that shit was wiped out this season when you didn't have, when you was broke. See, none of that, for us regular people, none of us are impressed by that. When less than 12 months later, you talking about you can't even buy your daughter a car for college. And let's be clear, I'm not saying that if you can't buy a car for college, that means that you're not, but you're based on your standard of luxury. Okay, we're basing this on your standard of luxury. You bought your daughter 17 or 18 designer bags for her birthday. Nobody's impressed by that when a year later you can't even afford to buy that young lady a car to go to college. Nobody's impressed by her having 18 designer bags when you can't even put her in a car to get her to college. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not judging you based on that because the average person that's not, I'm talking about based on your standard. So even if you are correct in all them things that you said, it is all wiped out. It's all wiped out on the other side. Because a year later, you're broke. A year later, you got a judgment against you for, how much was it, y'all? I forgot the amount, so I don't want to make nothing up. But thousands, I believe it was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. You have a judgment against you for unpaid bills. Devil's advocate here, but we have seen housewives go to prison, right? Oh, let's be clear. Again, Kelly, you're not the first to do that either. You ain't the first one to be broke. You ain't the first one to flex for the cameras, and we know that ain't your real life. Hell, we can go back to season 1. Sheree gate was broken, and they talked about that when they filmed that birthday party at Sheree's house when she wouldn't let Nene in. Hell, her gate was broken. The gate to get into her house was broken. So the gate to open up for the driveway. So we know, like, I'm not sitting here saying. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. I'm not sitting here. Oh, I'm sorry. What is this? Oh, I might have to watch that, y'all. Xavier. I know Xavier's watching it. That new Ryan Murphy show, The Shards. SHARDS. Coming on FX. Did you watch that? I think this is the first episode drops tonight. Tomorrow, August the 5th. Xavier, if you still here, hold on, let me write that down, honey. I like Ryan Murphy. I just can't do the horror stuff. I can't do that American horror stuff, but I like Ryan Murphy. Okay. Nene was broke and Greg bent over backwards to get his right. That's what I'm saying. You're not the first to do any of this, Kelly, because like I said, we are now in 20 years of Housewives across all of the franchises. Like, we've been doing this for 20 years. We have seen it all. There's nothing new under the sun, ma'am. Now, if you want to say I put my flair on it, or but girl, to make it seem like, girl, go sit down. Please go sit down. Please go sit down. Let's talk now. Since we on Housewives, child, Andy says, stop talking. I don't know why we keep doing this. And it's no disrespect to the blogs who want to get in front of stuff, who want to break stories. Let me explain to y'all something about me. And I've had this conversation with some of my other YouTube friends offline. I need y'all to understand something about me. I don't need to be first. I'm not trying to break no stories. I'm not an investigative reporter over here. I don't need to be first. And what I mean by that is, I'm gonna steal Cruz's line. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that, if she's still in here, she laughing. Cruz will do that because I can tell that Cruz used to preach, child. Because Cruz will be talking on her lives, and then she say, "Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is this." And she be breaking it down, child. You can tell that Cruz used to be a preacher, honey. Well, used to preach, I should say. Let me say something. When it comes to these stories, I'm going to always be quoting where I got it from. TMZ said, the Washington Post said, USA Today, Rolling Stone. I don't need to break no stories. I'm not an investigative reporter. I'm not out in these streets. I'm not going through garbage. I don't need to do that. When people send me stuff all the time, and I'll be like, I'll wait till somebody else talk about. Now let's be clear about stuff. I have done it in the past. Let me be clear. I have done it in the past where I know my eye in the sky used to give me a lot of stuff, but what I used to always tell y'all, I don't know if it's true or not. Now, I ain't gonna say I've never done it. I'm gonna say that's not my passion. I don't need to do it. I don't need to be first. Now, on a much smaller, not so serious scale, please stop. Bravo has told us 567,000 times that they do not make any personnel issues until the season is over. That includes the reunion. So when people are coming down here talking about, I heard this person was fired. I heard this person is not coming back. I heard this person is this. Very seldom are they correct. Very seldom are they correct. Because contracts don't go out until the season is, and when I say over, I mean done, till they are done showing the season. Now, that doesn't mean that people's agents aren't negotiating contracts. That doesn't mean that conversations haven't been had. But there are no decisions made about personnel until the reunion is done. So that report that came out saying that Shamia was fired and Kelly was demoted, it's not true. Andy said, as far as he know, everybody coming back. And you know why he's going to always say that until contracts are signed. He's going to always say that. He would be remiss in his role if he came down here talking about people being fired and people not coming back until they say it. Now, y'all even know Garcelle. Let's go back to 2 years ago on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Garcelle had already told Bravo she wasn't coming back. She knew, Andy knew, they knew. She walked off that damn reunion. She said, I knew when I walked off that reunion I was done. And she called Andy and they had a conversation about it. And they allowed her, and as soon, what did Garcelle do? The day that the part 3 of that reunion, the very next day, she dropped that video. Letting everybody know, I'm leaving, I'm not coming back. Y'all, let's just chill. I know everybody have their opinions and everybody have their faves and everybody feel how they feel, but let's just chill. We'll know soon enough who coming back, who not coming back. Hell, they about to start filming again. Real Housewives of Atlanta starts filming in late summer, early fall, because they always film over the holidays, generally speaking. So they get ready to start filming. We gonna know. They're gonna pick them cameras up in probably 2-3 weeks. They're gonna pick them cameras up for Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're gonna know real soon. But I'd be willing to tell you guys that, hey Phil, what's up, boo? I feel like most of them are coming back. Now, some of them may choose to leave, but I don't think any of them are gonna get fired. I mean, you never know. You never know what they're looking at. You never know what data they're looking at. But I think most of them are coming. Right, September, spring, summer, right. I think most of them are coming back. Also, I need more people to be realistic. Just because y'all don't like Shamea doesn't mean Bravo does too. Shamea caused one of the biggest blow-ups of the season. Why would they get rid of her? Listen, whether you like Shamea or not, Shamea gave us, right, probably the 2 most explosive storylines of this season. Shamea gave us her and Portia, her and Angela. Nobody's talking about shit Phaedra's doing. We still don't have K. Michelle's country album. K. Michelle gave us a whole conspiracy theory that we ain't talked about since the 3rd episode. We ain't talked about that conspiracy theory with K. Michelle since what? 4th episode. Drew got this boyfriend, not boyfriend. The biggest thing with Drew is that at the end of the season, we found, I ain't even watched the episode yet. I just kind of know a little bit about what happened. Okay, he got caught up in some scamming stuff. Pinky, her bankruptcies. Okay, got that. Kelly, she dealing with what she dealing with her finances and her restaurant and her husband. So at the end of the day, the biggest storylines that we got this season, as far as hitting the blogs and making waves on the blogs, it came from Shamea. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Shamea should come back. Not because I don't like her, because I do. I don't always like how Shamea handles things, but I don't dislike Shamea. I just don't think that it's worth what Shamea is going through to come back. I just don't think it's worth it. Married to Medicine haven't started yet. Are they on pause? No, they're not on pause. To my knowledge, they haven't made an announcement. No, Married to Medicine is not. No, Married to Medicine is definitely not on pause, because I remember them. They renewed. Married to Medicine has been renewed. Now, why they haven't picked up the cameras, I don't know. But generally Married to Medicine starts filming around this time as well, because their season usually drops right after. They usually overlap Potomac, don't they? Because remember, I couldn't do Married to Medicine on Sunday night because it came on right after Potomac. What's up, mother? So yeah, you're right. Married to Medicine should have already picked up cameras. You're right. I don't know. I don't know, but I know they've been renewed. They're coming back. When at what was that, BravoCon? They said Married to Medicine was renewed. So yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. Drew can definitely go. I want Married to Medicine back, but I hope they don't do too much fake drama. Drew can go. Listen, I know some of y'all love y'all some Drew Sidor, but baby, Drew can go. Drew ain't gave us nothing in 2 seasons, in my opinion. That's me, my opinion. Potomac is done. Potomac is done. New Jersey is done. Salt Lake City is done. They may pick up cameras for Salt Lake City because y'all know they have Whitney and her husband separating, and Angela and her husband separating, Angie and her husband separating. So they may pick up cameras. Y'all know how they do. They'll pick up cameras, film a few scenes, or the girls acting surprised like they just saw it in the blogs. Have you seen this? Did you see the news? Oh my gosh, has anybody talked to Angie? Oh, Heather, have you talked? They're probably going to film a scene with Heather and Whitney crying somewhere, drinking some wine somewhere, child. So Salt Lake City will probably pick up cameras for like maybe 2 weeks. But those three, to my knowledge, are done. If Drew leaves, they will not have anyone to talk it just because. Well, they've been talking it. Well, never mind. I ain't argue with y'all, but I feel like that's what they were doing with Shamia. But I ain't trying to argue with y'all today. Yeah. We know that next up is the OC. OC is the next housewife show to come on. And I think the OC starts. I don't watch Orange County, so I have no idea. But New York and Orange County, I think, are the two next. New York, the trailer came out for New York. Listen, I'm not sure how I feel about New York, y'all. I saw the trailer. I don't think I'm interested. I might watch it, and oh, the OC already started. Okay, see, I don't watch the OC. Okay, thank y'all. It already started. Yeah, I tried to watch Orange County. I did one season. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't. But New York starts, I think, next month, right? Doesn't New York start in September? But I know the trailer dropped, so that's coming next, and then Potomac usually comes on at the beginning, like top of the year. Potomac and Married to Medicine are usually during the winter, like January, like after the holidays, generally speaking. Because you know what, when Atlanta got thrown off, Atlanta's schedule got thrown off with, I think, when they put it. Remember, Atlanta was on pause for a minute, because they used to come on during the holidays. And I remember that because they would always miss the Sunday after Thanksgiving and the Sunday after Christmas. They wouldn't show an episode because it was the holiday weekend. And I remember it was Atlanta. So Atlanta's schedule has been off too since they would put it on pause. Remember they had put it on pause for a minute? That's when they like redid the whole cast, So yeah, so that's what it looks like. It'll be New York and September 4th for New York. Yeah, I knew it was like September. Thank you, boo. Yeah, I'm gonna try for New York. I just the trailer just didn't do it for me. And if they're gonna turn Sai into the angry black woman again, I just can't. Like I can't. Yeah, they used to start in November. Yeah, and then they would run. Yep, they sure would. Well, Potomac, I feel like Potomac used to. I don't know, but anyway, Potomac's done. New Jersey's done. Salt Lake City's done. So what's going to probably happen is New York. So Orange County's already started, and then it'll be New York. So when Orange County is over, that's probably when we're going to get either Salt Lake City or Potomac. And then when New York is over, is when we're going to probably get either New Jersey. We're going to get, and it'll be those three. I don't know what order, but it'll be those three. Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Atlanta are going to probably pick up cameras in the next couple of weeks. I am surprised that Married to Medicine hasn't started filming yet, though. But I would say by November, both of those shows will be filming, in my opinion. I don't work for Bravo. All right, so let's get into this Kandi Tamar, since we're talking about Bravo before. We'll do this and then we'll get into something else. Let me do this. I have absolutely no problems with what Kandi did. None. I have no issue. I've read some of the comments. I saw where people were like, why she bringing this up? Tamar ain't said nothing. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Let me play my commercial, child. Let me play my commercial. I'll be right back. Perfect timing. Have you ever getting y'all black girl vitamins? I had to play my commercial. I need to do a new commercial. I need to work on some commercials. I got some commercials I need to do. What? Okay, me and you on the same page? Oh, look at this. Look at me and Kim on the same page. Oh, y'all let me forget. I said before I forget, then y'all let me forget. Two things we're going to get to Kandi and Tamar. Number one, El Teddy is having a meeting today at 7:30. If you are going on the field trip, make sure you are at El Teddy's house at 7:30 so that we can, whatever questions you have, whatever concerns, comments, information you need, all of those things, 7:30, El Teddy's house. Second thing, El Teddy still has a hotel room. If anybody is coming to the field trip and you still have a hotel room, or you want to find out if the room that El Teddy has is a cheaper rate than the room you've already booked, reach out to him. Send him a message. If you don't have, y'all know how to contact El Teddy. Send him a message on DM him or in the Discord. I'm sure there's a link in his Discord for the field trip. But he does still have a hotel room. I do not know the price, so don't ask me. I don't know the rate on it, but that's the hotel where I'm going to be staying. El Teddy's going to be staying. He said he still has another room on hold. So if you need a room or you just want to make sure, see if he has a cheaper room rate, reach out and let him know. Y'all know, first come, first serve type situation, okay? All right, now let's get into this. But if they haven't started filming yet, it's because they want Heavenly back. I was thinking that maybe they will wait until after the election to see. I was thinking that maybe they will wait until after but the election over. So I mean, they can film the election over. Okay. Let me rewind this tape. For anybody that has an issue with Kandi coming down on her platform and speaking her piece, let me start it from the beginning. And this is my opinion. This is my opinion. To be fair, number one, Tamar has said a lot of shit publicly that Kandi has not addressed. Tamar has made a lot of attacks and has made a lot of comments. Now, Kandi addressed when she was speaking on it a few years ago, she addressed the story that Tamar told about some sort of backstage situation that happened between her and Todd and Tamar, and at the time, the guy that white guy Tamar was dating. But other than that, to my knowledge, now y'all can correct me, Kandi really she really ain't gone back and forth with Tamar, right? Now, there was a situation that happened at the Essence event where Kandi was receiving an award. Kandi and Monica and some other ladies were receiving an award. Tamar inserted herself into that situation. Some people might say, but she was just congratulating. This is my 2 cents. Tamar inserted herself into that situation and proceeded to try to congratulate the women on the line that were getting this award. Tamar, you don't fuck with at least 3 of the women that was on that line. You don't have a good relationship with. Why? It was Kandi, it was Monica, it was Missy Elliott. I don't think she had no beef with Missy Elliott, but her and Monica don't fuck with each other. Her and Kandi don't fuck, and it was somebody else. I don't remember, but let me just stick with the 2 that I know for sure, because I feel like it was a third person. But at least 2 of those women that were in that line, you don't fuck with. They don't fuck with you. Why would you go up there? Right, it was for a photo op. Yeah, well, Monica don't speak on a lot of stuff, but her and Monica don't fuck with each other. Monica just don't speak on shit. Y'all know Monica very seldom addresses bullshit. She very seldom does. Was Mona Scott Young up there? Yeah, because she don't fuck with Mona either. So it was Mona Scott Young. Okay, then that's who. I knew it was at least 3 people over there. Now, you walk on the line. Kandi didn't say anything. Kandi's face said something, but Kandi didn't say a word. Kandi didn't say, get the fuck out my face. Kandi didn't push you away. Kandi let you do your thing. Now, Kandi's face said, bitch, please. Her face said it. Absolutely. Her face said, bitch, please. But she did not make a public moment out of it. She let you do your thing, girl. She let you do your thing. Monica the same way. Monica did, if y'all notice, Monica did sort of step back like, bitch, we're not cool. We're not. Oh, they are bringing the Housewives of London. When does that debut? People keep saying Tamar was being professional. Professional thing would have been to remain silent. Your congratulations are not needed, especially when you don't really wish. Let me say this. She wasn't being professional because nobody asked her to be there. Tamar wasn't invited in that line. Tamar wasn't getting an award, nor was she was receiving an award. The people that were taking those pictures were the people who gave the award or received the award. You didn't have to get in the receiving line. That was a voluntary thing you did. Nobody asked you for your congratulations. You see what I'm saying? So being professional it would be different if they made Tamar do that. It would be different if they were on the same platform and Tamar was receiving the award as well and they were forced to be together. Nobody asked you to come over here, ma'am. Nobody invited you over here. Nobody forced you. So you inserted, that's why I say inserted. You inserted yourself into that situation. Now, the blogs did what the blogs are going to do. They picked it up. The blogs picked it up. The blogs made it a thing, right? Kandi made a few little shady comments. You know, she did. She made a few shady comments under the captions and stuff like that. She did do that. But now Tamar talking about, I was just being professional. Those are just the mean girls of Atlanta. Let me tell you something. Everybody, and if James is still in here, Treasure Lane, if you are still in here, I learned this lesson. This is a lesson that I learned from Treasure Lane. Long time ago. See, he be teaching me lessons and he don't even know he teaching me lessons. This is a lesson that Treasure Lane taught me a long time ago. You never win when you argue from the comment section. Right? This is my platform. It may not be as big as some other people's platform, but I'm going to always win the argument when I'm on this platform because it's my platform. When you come into this chat and you decide to argue with me, you are never going to win from the comment section. And that's just, and I'm not saying that to be arrogant. That is just a fact. You're never going to win from the comment section. So Tamar, you pick the fight. You keep picking at somebody that has a bigger platform than what you have. And what I mean by that is Kandi has her speak on it. At any point in time, Kandi might not do a video for 6 months on her speak on it platform. But the minute she decides to fire up that camera and that mic and go down there to speak on it and do exactly what the title is, speak on it, Tamar, you're going to lose every time. You're going to lose every time. And this is shit that Tamar, and this is the reason why Tamar is going to always, in my opinion, Tamar's going to always be on the other side. And when I say always, that's a strong word, but I'm going to say 99% of the time, Tamar's going to always be on the other side of it. For me, it's because you do sneaky shit like what Kandi exposed, right? You fucked with Kandi to the point where she came down here and told all of it. She told all of it. And she dropped receipts. Ma'am, you went into that woman's DMs months ago and accused her husband, who she was still married to at the time, of being on a date with another man, and then proceeded to tell her she needed to start taking PrEP and that her husband was gay. First of all, y'all know how I feel about people using gay as an insult. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't allow my students to do it. And I certainly hate when adults do it. Calling somebody gay is not an insult. And let's just call a thing a thing. You dropping into Kandi's DMs to tell her that her husband was on a date with a man, that was meant to be a dig. That was meant to come at her and insinuate that her husband was DL or whatever the situation is. Let me ask y'all a question. How is what Tamar did, and we know she did it because Kandi dropped the receipts. How is what Tamar did to Kandi in alluding that because she saw her husband out with another man, that it was a date. How is that any different than what happened with her and Funky Dineva, when Funky Dineva said she was with Mendices and it was a date, and she tried to come out and say later that it wasn't no date? How is that any different? You out with another person of doesn't automatically constitute something being a date. Just because I'm eating dinner with somebody don't mean I'm in a date. Right. Well, the fact that she always hanging with gay men, you know, but that's another story. I ain't getting into that. So at the end of the day, that's why we can go back. Let's go back to the Tamar Funky Dineva situation. Y'all know I don't even do Funky Dineva like that. Y'all know I don't. Y'all know I don't even do him like that. I don't. But the reason why I was on Funky Dineva's side in that situation is because, Tamar, you have eliminated the benefit of the doubt because of your shenanigans, because of your behavior, because you do this shit. You throw the rock and you hide your hand, and then you come down here and you play victim after you didn't terrorize these people. Now you want to say you act like you don't know why Kandi don't like you. But 4 months ago, you slid in that woman's DMs unprovoked, talking about her husband. Unprovoked. Talking about her husband. It was more than 4 months ago, but y'all know what I'm saying. I think, but it was in 2026. So when you and Funky Dineva got into it, yeah, I gave Funky Dineva the benefit of the doubt, because the same thing you did to Funky Dineva is the same thing you did to your former friend. Oh, I forget the man's name now. Y'all know. Oh my gosh, what's that man's name now? When that stuff happened with Christian Rock and James Wright Chanel, when that man came down here and told the internet that Christian Rock knocked that man's teeth out and assaulted him, and you called that man a liar. You called that man, no, James Wright Chanel is the one that got assaulted. Her friend, LaTroy, thank you, Lon, that's what I'm talking about, LaTroy. LaTroy came down here and told all of us what happened, and you proceeded to cuss that man out like he was a liar. He didn't lie. That man told the truth. But because y'all wanted to keep it secret and y'all didn't want it to get out, because I don't know why you was protecting Christian or whoever you was protecting. Now, you flipped on that man. Now, he was a liar. It's the same thing she did to Funky Dineva. Now, I know Funky Dineva leaves a lot to be desired because, you know, y'all know I don't always agree with the stuff that come out his mouth. But on that one, I'm sorry. I was on his side with it. And I know people were like, well, Funky don't have that energy for men. That's a different conversation. We can have that debate. You're right. He give a little bit more smoke to the women than he do the men. That's a different. We can have that conversation. But in this situation, you did the same thing to Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva reached out to you about how the internet was coming at him about a perceived situation, and your response is what garnered his response. Now, some might say he went too far. Some might say he went overboard. Again, y'all are ones that say you can't tell somebody how mad to get. Now, when I say y'all, I mean, if you ain't one of them people, I ain't talking to you, but y'all the ones that are like, listen, you can't tell somebody how mad to get. So in his situation, he got mad and he did what he did and he said what he said. Now, you know, whatever. But that's the reason why she never gonna get the benefit of the doubt from me. I'm sorry. She's never, because we've seen her pattern. And you've been coming for Kandi. You've been picking on Kandi for years. You've been coming at Kandi. You said the girl can't sing. You said her food was like, oh, excuse me, y'all. She will be on live and just throw digs at Kandi out of nowhere. And Kandi had been paying it. Kandi don't address everything that come out of Tamar's mouth. But you got the right one that day. Kandi said, I got time today. Oh, I have time today. And what you don't get to do, Tamar, you don't get to play victim. You don't get to say, I can't believe she did that to me. Why would she? You don't get to play victim, Tamar. Sorry, not sorry. I went back. Somebody showed the clip. I was looking into on TikTok yesterday. I came across the clip from Iyanla Vanzant when the family went to Iyanla. And people always show the clip when her and Iyanla kind of went at it and her mother had to jump in and tell her to be respectful. But a lot of people forget what preceded that. A lot of people forget the conversation that preceded that moment where Ayanla was like, you made a commitment to this process, but you were late today. And Tamar tried to argue with Ayanla, and Ayanla said, no. What time was on your call sheet? And Tamar said 2:30. Ayanla said, well, what time did you get here? And Tamar said, I don't know. I don't even know. She said, you broke your commitment to the process the minute you weren't on time, because you made a commitment and you made a promise that you were going to be committed to this process. Being committed to this process is being on time. So the minute that you were late with no explanation and no regard to everybody else who was here, you showed me you were not committed to this process. That's not true. That's not true. That's what preceded her and Ayanla going at it, where her mother had to intervene. A lot of people don't go back and remember that part, because I didn't remember that part until I saw the video again. I said, you know what? She was over an hour late. She was over an hour late. They went back and showed the clip. She was over an hour late. So again, Tamar, this is who you are, ma'am. And you keep talking about, I don't have no beef with nobody. See, the problem is, this like, when we talk about the 12 steps of sobriety, one of those steps is making amends. You don't get sober, whether it's through drugs or whether it's through alcohol, whatever. You don't get sober and then you don't have to go back to the people that you screwed over and through your addiction. That doesn't mean they have to accept your apology. And I think that's where people get confused. But you do have to make amends. And where a lot of addicts, this is where a lot of addicts fall short. So was Tony. Yeah, Tony, but I'm talking about that particular conversation between her and Tamar. Her and Tony was a different conversation. Hell, Tony told them people she wasn't even that if they weren't her family, she wouldn't even be their friend. So we talking about Tamar though, Kim. We talking about Tamar. I ain't getting into the Tony part. We talking about Tamar. Because again, it's not that she was late, it was her response to it. It was how she handled it. But that's what we do. We conflate. We start conflating. We ain't talking about Tony. We ain't talking about Tony. You made me lose my train of thought just that quick. But that's where a lot of addicts fall short, because a lot of addicts, once they get sober, they don't want to relive what their addiction did to other people. They don't want to relive the lies and the deceit and all of the things that they did in their addiction. So a lot of addicts, when they get clean, they get so angry when you bring up the shit they did when they was getting high. They get so irritated with that, right? And that's the problem. Tamar, you do these things to people and then you move on. And then you don't understand why other people don't move on. And then you talk about something, I don't have beef with nobody. It doesn't matter whether you have beef with people. You have started all these fucking fires behind you. And you like Angela Bassett walking off into the sunset with the fire behind you. And you acting like you ain't got a care in the world. You don't get to start these fires, and then you don't understand why somebody else ain't putting them out. So Kandi had every right to do what she did. And let's be clear, if Kandi just woke up on a random Tuesday and decided, you know what, I'm sick of this hoe, she has a right to do it. Ma'am, you really tried to insert yourself in that woman's marriage. And that's just one example, but that example was so wild, because you know what, nobody knew about it, Tamar. Nobody knew that you slid into Kandi's DMs and went off on her about her husband. You know why? Because Kandi wasn't putting your business out there like that. But you kept fucking with her. You kept fucking with her. So she said, you know what? I got time today. I have time today. And let that be a lesson to people. You better remember, digital footprints don't go nowhere. When y'all decide y'all want to start going off on these people, you better remember, damn, do they have a voice note from me? Do they have a text message from me? Did I send them an email? You better remember because guess what? Mad Day, y'all know I tell people I don't respect Mad Day. I'll respect Mad Day in a situation where we was friends and now we not friends no more. Now I want to tell everybody what happened while we was friends, even though I was cool with it when we was friends, but now all of a sudden I ain't cool with it no more and I want y'all to have an issue with it. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about Tamar and Kandi ain't been friends for a long time. This ain't Mad Day. This is get the fuck up off me day. This is I'm tired of you. You gonna get the fuck up off me day. That's what this is. That ain't Mad Day. Mad Day would be if Kandi and Tamar were still friends and all of a sudden they fell out and now Kandi going through the Rolodex and exposing. That ain't. Well, Kim, only because we're not talking about Tony. We're talking about Tamar and her attitude and her response. You bringing up Tony. That's all I'm saying. We ain't talking about the Braxtons. We ain't talking about we talking about that. We just talking about Tamar and her situation. Tony had a whole different situation. And I do think Iyanla addressed Tony in some things. But again, Tony wasn't giving Iyanla the attitude. See, here's the thing. And again, it's not what you do, it's how you respond to the things. I think Tamar, first of all, it's an edited show. So let's start at the beginning of what we know, y'all. It's an edited show, which means that maybe there was more smoke given to Tony. We just didn't see it. Why didn't we see it? Because what was more entertaining? Tamar going back and forth with Iyanla. What was more entertaining? Tamar and her mom. So that's what's going to get the airtime. We don't know if other things were addressed because it wasn't as entertaining. Tony ain't gonna give us. Damn it! This stupid lens. It's this cloth. This cloth sucks. Sorry, y'all. I kept seeing this glare. It's still there. Damn it! Hold on, y'all. I gotta find a better cloth. That cloth is not working. Just use a regular napkin. Let me see if that'll work, child. This thing. Okay, I guess. Yeah, okay, that's better. Sorry, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see what I can see, but that glare was just... That's the thing. It's about how you respond to stuff. I could ask, I could ask Chuck a question. I could ask Cajun a question. I could ask Kim a question. And y'all could answer it 3 different ways. But if one of y'all give me an attitude, if one of y'all give me a nasty response, of course, that's what's going to get the most attention, especially in an edited show. So I understand what you're saying, but it may have been addressed and we didn't see it because that wasn't what was entertaining. What was entertaining was Tamar. Good or bad. You know what I mean? Good or bad. But anyway, so that's my 2 cents on the Kandi Tamar of it all. And Tamar, at this point, just go somewhere. Just go and sit down, baby. Go and sit down. Go and sit down. All right. I'm gonna have to check this show. James must be gone. I'm gonna call him because he loves Ryan Murphy too. I'm gonna have to check this show out. The Chance. I think that's what it's called. The Chance. Anyway. Before I get into this Sidney Starr and Roland Martin, I'm gonna talk a little bit. I ain't gonna get too deep into Roland Martin, but I do have an opinion about this Roland Martin situation. And I do have a conversation. I don't know. Maybe I could do this on the teacher project. Maybe I could do this on the teacher project about this. Did y'all see that video that girl that's supposed to be this young lady that was supposed to be doing her student teaching, but they told her to take her piercings out? Yeah, the shard. Oh, it's the shards, not the chance. The shards. Oh, it's based on a book. See, now y'all know how I am. I want to read the book. Y'all, I'm trying to read the children of the blood. What's it called? The blood of the children of blood. I'm trying to get through it. I don't know if I can listen to it. Maybe it's better if I read the book. Some things aren't good to listen to. Some things are better to read. But I started reading this book. I've been carrying this book for weeks. Somebody recommended it to me. And so far it is really good. It's giving me like a John Grisham type feel. I know I said I can get back to the book channel. We're going to definitely get back to that. I'll show you. If y'all remind me, I'll go get the book in a minute. But it's really good. I started reading it. Children of the Blood and the Bone. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to read it, y'all, because you know the movie's coming out in January, and the writer of the book, she mad. She's disassociated herself from the movie. It's a mess. It's messy. Yeah, matter of fact, I called Treese today too. Me and Treese are gonna do that. Me and Treese are gonna do. Hey, Uncle Jay, what's up, boo? All right. Before we get into the Sidney Starr situation, let me go over some things. I told y'all I was gonna put together like a checklist. So I put together a checklist so we can keep up with all the things that we got going on over here, child. So, oh Lord, why did I say due day? Okay, I gotta fix that. I didn't catch that. But tribe due day, important updates, big plans. Okay. August the 30th, all money is due if you are getting a VIP package for Books and Bourbon. For those of you that still don't know what Books and Bourbon is a field trip per se. We're going to Louisville, Kentucky, the weekend of October the 23rd through the 24th. What does the VIP package include? The VIP package includes your t-shirt, your Louisville Slugger from the Louisville Museum. We're going to be doing a tour of the Louisville Slugger Museum. We'll be doing a tasting that night. We'll also be going to Bro Brothers and doing a tasting there. It will include your transportation. It would include your ticket to both events. And you will get some sort of swag from the Louisville Book Festival. Last year, everybody got really nice canvas bags, and everybody got a book from one of the authors that was featured in the Louisville book festival. And like Cajun got all of his books signed because a lot of the authors are there. So that is what the VIP package is. It's $150. You can PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, you can, all of the things. If you are going, August the 30th is also the due date for all money if you are going on Abby's birthday. Now, if you are doing both events and you need to talk to me about all of this money being due at the same time, please call me. Reach out to me on Instagram and call me. But as of right now, I think we only have 3 more spaces available at the house. If you are staying at the house, it's $400 per person. That includes your weekend at the Airbnb, your food, snacks, liquor, all of those things will be taken care of. That's what the $400 covers. If you are just staying in the area, like if you live in the Charlotte area or you're just going to stay at a hotel and you're just going to come to the house, it's $75. Again, that covers your food and drink at the house. I need all that money by the end of the month. I got to lock this stuff down. I'm sorry that I'm making it due on the same date. That's bad planning on my part. I'll do better next time, but unfortunately, it is what it is. I know the Informed. I was out of town because I was going to go. I saw people, some of my friends were there. I saw stuff on Instagram. It definitely looked like it was a good time. The Mahogany Book Festival, Black Book Festival down at the harbor was last Saturday. Definitely looked like it was a vibe. I'll be there next time if I'm in town because it definitely looked like it was a vibe. Okay. September the 28th, all the people who want to participate in this year's football league, that is due by, you got to register by that's supposed to be September the 8th, y'all. Oh, Lord, I got to edit this. It's supposed to be September the 8th because kickoff is September the 9th. The first NFL game is on September the 9th, so we got to be registered before the first official game. They won't let me open up the league yet, so we have some more time on that. I don't think that the NFL leagues open up until the first preseason game, and that's this weekend. So it should be opening up any day now. So once it's open up, I'll give you guys more information. I'll give you the link, the code. Those that don't know how to sign up, I'll get you guys signed up, all that good stuff. But I need to edit that. It is not September the 28th. It is September the 8th. Books and Bourbon is the weekend of October the 23rd through the 25th. Like I said, if you still would like to go, it is not too late. It's it's an open event, but please reach out to me and let me know if you are interested in going. I will put the link in the chat. And for those of you that are going on the Tribe Bowl 2.0, final payments are due November the 28th. Now, what I will say is, baby, y'all are paying up on these cruises. I keep getting notifications from Royal Caribbean probably every other day. Y'all paying for this cruise. We got a new a new person, Lord, not the new person. A new person just booked yesterday. I got a message yesterday, told me that they were all booked and ready for the cruise. We are probably up to about 26 rooms now. I told y'all my goal was 50 rooms. We're close. We might get to 40 rooms. I'm trying to get to 50 though. So by all means, you guys, those are the upcoming due dates. I didn't put Alaska on there because it's so far out. I'll add Alaska after Books and Bourbon. I'll just keep editing that and just take stuff off and add stuff to it. So I'll take out once after October, I'll add the Alaska dates because again, you've got plenty of time. I think the final payment for Alaska isn't until like May of 2027. So you got time. We still got slots available for Alaska. We still have, until the ship is booked, you can still come on Tribal and all of those things. And of course, we have things coming up. We have some, isn't it April? I thought it was May. Wait a minute. It has to be 3 months. So August, July, June. I thought it was May. I'll double check the date though, Cajun, but I thought it was May, but I'll double check my own date. Because it has to be paid 90 days in advance. So I thought that was like the middle of May. But I'll double check. I do still have Zelle. Hold on. Let me put my Zelle in the chat. My Zelle is RENEINC@gmail.com. And I think somebody sent me, the internet was so janky. I think somebody sent me a PayPal while I was out of town. If you sent me a payment on PayPal, let me know. Because it's not under it doesn't match your YouTube name. So if you sent me something, I need to know who you are so I can mark you on the list. Yeah, you might be thinking about, that might be how that's set up, Cajun. But I'll double check myself. But I thought it was May. But again, no problem. I'll double check that. Okay, that was you? Okay, hold on. Let me write your name down because I want to make sure I have you linked up. Got it. Okay, that was you. Okay, I knew I had because I would get the alert, but then when I tried to go into PayPal, it wouldn't load. It wouldn't load my PayPal. It wouldn't load my Cash App in certain places. So like on the resort, it was real janky. Hold on, I'm gonna add you, baby. Thank you, and I can't wait to meet you. I'll be meeting you for the first time. Yes, Chrissy. Okay, got you. All right, I knew I got something, but I couldn't open up PayPal, and then y'all know I forgot after that. Hey, get your girl. Listen, Geechee girl, if you are still in, I don't want to tell your business, but if you are still in the area, come through for Ebby's birthday. Come through. I hope if you were in the bushes, you already know. Come through for Ebby's birthday, Geechee girl. Hit me up on Instagram. Do I still have your number? I think I might still have your number. I would love for you to come through and hang out with us, even if it's just for a couple of hours, girl. How you doing, boo? How are you doing? It's the weekend of October, that first weekend in October. I guess I need to put the dates for Ebby's birthday. It's that first weekend in October. Hold on. So those are all of the announcements, you guys. I try to do it in a succinct flyer. I'm going to do the updates, the edits, and I'll post that stuff. Yes, it's the weekend of October. Oh, wait a minute. I don't even have it on my own damn calendar, y'all. Oh, shit. Girl, if you don't put this stuff on your damn calendar before you be double booking yourself. The weekend of the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Oh, shit. I'm wrong. The week, yeah. Am I looking at the right year? The weekend of the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Yeah. Yeah. The weekend of the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Yeah. So that Saturday is when we're going to be doing the majority of the shenanigans. Okay, that's the majority of the shenanigans. But we'll be there Friday, whatever time check-in is. We'll be there by the check-in. People are free to come at that point. And then whatever check-out time is Sunday, what my vision is for Sunday is we'll check out, because most Airbnbs you got to check out early. My vision is that we'll check out and then we'll go somewhere for breakfast. And I know some people are flying out, so depending on what time people's flights and stuff are, I know I'm driving. So depending on people's flights and stuff, we may do breakfast, or we may just have like breakfast that morning before everybody has to leave at the house. It's just going to depend on what people's flight schedules are. Because I know Cajun is coming, El Teddy's coming. He's probably going to be flying. Cajun's coming. Tracy's coming. She's going to probably be flying. So it'll depend on people's flights. Me, I'm driving, so I can leave whenever, But yeah. All right, so let's get into this Sidney Starr, Roland Martin. Is that everything on my list? The teacher thing, I don't know. I might say that for a teacher, have a conversation over on a teacher project. So listen. Sidney Starr was arrested. For those who don't know who Sidney Starr is a transgender woman. She's very infamous. She is the woman that lied on the rapper Chingy, said that they had a sexual relationship. It pretty much sidelined his career. I know some people might be like, oh, that he did. Yes, it did. It very much sidelined his career because we live in a homophobic, transphobic society. I.e. Malik Yoba. Look at how much, drama they gave Malik Yoba when he said he was attracted to trans women. Same thing for Darius McCray. She's also been linked to Darius McCray. We still don't know what their relationship is or isn't. I mean, she's insinuated that they have a sexual relationship. Darius McCray hasn't shied away from it. I don't think he said, that's my girl, and he said he loves her, but he never said loves her like romantically, but he never shied away from it. But it absolutely ruined his career. One, because she just lied. I mean, the woman lied, right? She's been very infamous. Now, she did come back later and apologize. But once again, it's like that Tamar thing. She apologized and she acted like everybody was just supposed to be over it. That was a serious accusation. And we're talking about 15 years ago. It would hurt somebody's career today. But 15 years ago, as a rapper, boom. Oh, and I'm sorry. Thank you for the flower heart. And thank you, Ravine. I'm sorry. I was running my mouth, y'all. Ravine sent me a gift as well. Thank you, Ravine. And thank you for the flower heart. I'm sorry. Y'all, I've been running my mouth. I appreciate y'all. So she was arrested yesterday on, y'all know I gotta be very careful in how I read this. Hold on, let me pull it up because I want to be accurate. So this is an article from yesterday, so it's been updated, but let me read through it. Reality television. I'm reading an article from Fox 5 down in Atlanta. A reality television celebrity faces multiple felony charges after police arrested her Sunday in connection with an alleged assault, actual assault. See, sweet. It's actually a really cute embassy suites too. But anyway. Favors remains held at the Fulton County Jail as authorities move forward. I'm sorry. Police charged Favors with sodomy, actual battery against a minor, and aggravated child M as a result of the investigation. Favors remains held at the Fulton County Jail as authorities move forward with the case. Her next court appearance is August 25th. In Fulton County Superior Court. According to law enforcement, the investigation has officially been turned over to the Fulton County District Attorney's Office for prosecution. What we know. Specific details surrounding the allegations have not been made public to law enforcement. And that's important. I'm going to get to that in a second, why I think that's important. Because this case involves a juvenile, no additional information will be released from our agency, according to the Hatfield Police Department. Okay, so the latest updates, let me just read this right here. Okay, nothing new. I mean, there's no updates here. Because it's a minor, we're probably not going to get a lot. Because it does involve a minor, we are probably not going to get a lot. Let me say something, you guys. Let me be very clear on something. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form, defending anybody who commits crimes against anybody. Certainly these type of crimes against a child. In no way, shape, or form. None. And let me be very clear about something. This has nothing to do with her being a transgender woman. This has everything to do with an adult. Allegedly, I want to be very clear and say allegedly, because we don't know the facts of the case. We don't know anything more than what has been reported, and everything is an allegation until proven until in court. And we ain't gonna know anything more than what we know now until August the 25th, when she goes to court, and probably things will be said in court. But let me be clear. This is not about her being a transgender woman. This is about her being an adult that allegedly violated a child. And I do not want what I don't want to see happen is the narrative be made about her being a transgender woman, because the man sitting in the White House was convicted of the same shit. Well, not the minor part, but he's been accused. He's been accused. The same way, and y'all know what I'm going to say. I'm going to keep saying it. The same way people made excuses for all the shit that R. Kelly did, was convicted of. What we're not going to do is make this out because she's a transgender woman that all of a sudden, oh, these transgender people, look at them, they're just sick, blah, blah, blah. No. 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 This is about a person, woman, man, trans, that allegedly violated a child. Period. Full stop. Period. Period. Full stop. Exclamation point. Oh, I know they are pretty gray eyes. I know they are. But I know they are. And let me tell you what else pisses me off too. And again, please, please, please. I don't want y'all to misunderstand me. Can we please get back to innocent until proven guilty? These are heinous accusations. Heinous accusations. I'm not defending no parts of it. But y'all really act like this person has been convicted. And like, but I know what you're saying, baby. They didn't turn this into a whole. She's gonna be the poster child for all things defending why people hate trans people. She's gonna be the poster child for the next 20 years, and it don't help that she Black. And again, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but it doesn't help that she's Black. You know, she's gonna be the poster child. I'm sorry, she's gonna be the poster child for the next 20 years. It's and they said this woman is in her 40s. What? Man, you're surprised at my take on this. What did you think my take was going to be? I don't know what's my take? I don't understand what my take is. I said it was heinous. I don't know. Tell me what you thought my take was going to be. I just want to know if Sidney knew the boy was a minor, because I heard he was different ages. Also, I heard there were 2 boys. Or her history of lying. Oh, you talking about something else. It's not that she's trans. It's the fact that she's annoying, irrelevant person. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want, and when I say us, I ain't talking about me and you. I mean, in general, like, I hate that this is going to become a trans thing instead of a heinous act, alleged heinous act thing. You see what I'm saying? I thought we disowned Sidney Starr when she was over on Baddies bragging to Natalie to be, begging Natalie. Well, I ain't never seen it for Sidney Starr. After I found out she was the one that lied on Chingy, and when she did that one season on Love and Hip Hop, I ain't never seen it for Sidney Starr. Like, she's just not somebody. She's just not somebody I feature. You know, I just don't. I think she's a horrible person for the things that she's done. She is reckless in how she moves out here and totally destroys people's lives with no regard. Like, I can't respect that person. I thought you would have been harsh. I heard it was a 13-year-old boy, and your take about being innocent, you are usually pro-victim. No. No. I see. That's why I was saying. I know people. I don't want you to misunderstand me. Again, these are heinous things. These are heinous. Heinous. The reason why I say that is because this is why I say that is because I feel like so this is why I'm saying that, and I understand. Thank you for saying that because I want to be clear. I want to make sure I'm clear. I am pro-victim. And whoever this minor is, this minor person that was allegedly violated, I am pro-victim. I believe the victim. Let me be clear. I'm pro-victim. But what I'm saying is what I saw yesterday was a total conviction. Put her under the jail, string her up by the neck, throw away the key, right? What I'm saying is I didn't see that when it was Diddy. I didn't see that when it was R. Kelly. I didn't see that when it was Donald Trump. The same people that are ready to put Sidney Starr under the jail and string her up and drag her through the streets will be the same ones that be out here defending Donald Trump. The same ones out here defending R. Kelly. You understand? That's what I'm saying. So I thank you, Corey, because I want to be very clear. I am absolutely pro-victim. And I believe that the victim, until that's my opinion, everything is alleged, innocent until proven guilty. I have to say that for legal reasons. But I want to be very clear about that. But what I'm saying is I didn't see this reaction when it was Diddy. It wasn't until that video popped up showing Diddy kicking Cassie's ass down that hallway in front of that elevator. Then all of a sudden it was, oh my gosh. But you still got people out here defending that man. You still got people out here saying, well, Cassie, she was a part of it. Well, she did, You still got people defending it. R. Kelly. You still got people defending R. Kelly. You still got people making everybody is the victim except for him. Well, the parents, where were the parents at? Well, them girls was fast. That's the point I'm making, Corey. So I want to be very clear. Thank you for saying that, because I don't want nobody to walk away with any misunderstandings on my opinion or how I feel about this. Thank you. I thank you very much, because no, please don't. Please don't. Please don't. And if the evidence comes out and it supports everything and she is convicted, she deserves everything. They said she could be facing up to 30 years in jail. Keep her ass there. Absolutely keep her ass there. Let's be clear. I want to be very clear about that. But what I also, it's the double standard that and maybe I wasn't clear in that. It's the double standard in it. Because I didn't see this reaction when it was a quote unquote straight black man or a quote unquote straight white man. I ain't see this reaction. Hell, we fucking elected that. When I say we, I don't mean me and you. I mean the country. We fucking elected that motherfucker. People still out here defending him. No, thank you. I appreciate you, because again, I don't want nobody coming in my comments. No. I ain't defending that at all. No way, shape, or form. But yesterday, I saw the firestorm on the internet. The minute that the arrest hit the internet, I saw that firestorm and the comments and the things that people said. And I was like, baby, I wish we were this mad when it was Diddy. I wish we were this mad when it was R. Kelly. I wish we were this mad when it was Chris Brown. And with Chris Brown, I'm talking about him putting his hands on multiple women, not just Rihanna. I'm just talking about bad behavior. But I wish we were this mad when it was what's the boy, Tory Lanez. You got people still out here saying that man didn't shoot Meg. I just wish we had that same energy across the board. That's all I'm saying. And that takes me right into this Roland Martin situation. Yeah, and some of us were, Janice. Some of us were just, some of us in this chat aren't the people. Most of the people in this chat ain't the people I'm talking to. Most of the people in this chat, they ain't the people I'm talking to. I'm just, making statements, just making an observation. Same thing with this Roland Martin situation. Now, for those who do not know, I'm not going to go too deep into the Roland Martin because it's all, I don't know none of it. But allegedly, there's some pictures out there of Roland Martin cheating on his wife. I'm not going to go no deeper than that. Allegedly. There are some pictures out there of Roland Martin cheating on his wife. There's some not so appropriate pictures that allegedly, they could be AI. I don't know if they're true or not. Now, Roland Martin threatened to sue the people covering the story. So I ain't covering the story. Let's be clear. I want to be very clear. I am not covering the story. I'm going to talk about the double standard. That's what I'm doing. I'm talking about the double standard. I'm not covering the story. Once again, in my opinion, the double standard I saw yesterday, the few places that I saw, because there's only like 2 or 3 places I saw people covering the Roland Martin situation, and I ain't even gonna tell y'all where they are, but you know, the Tasha, person, she's covering it, and a few other people have picked it up. But what I saw a lot of people in the comments saying, I saw so many people saying, who cares? That's what that man does in his bedroom. Who cares what that man got going on? Why is this our business? That's between him and his wife. Like, I saw so many people, and I'm thinking to myself, but when it's a woman, we be all in for it. I just feel like the doubles be killing me. So Roland Martin, whatever he got going on, whatever the situation is, it's Will Mayer. We don't care. And let's be clear, I don't care about none of it. But now all of a sudden it's, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. But when it's, I mean, is it because he's a journalist and we put those people on like a different level? Because if it were Toni Braxton getting caught up in a SEX scandal, I feel like we would be all over it. And when I say we, I say me. Y'all know I'm very honest. I come down here, that's my job. We come down here and talk about shit in the news. Celebrity news. That's what we talk about over here. We talk about celebrity news and gossip. So I be talking about it and y'all be all in on it. But, and when I ain't talking about y'all, I'm talking about the people, okay? I just find it interesting that I was surprised that was the response by a lot of people. I really expected a different response from a lot of people. That's interesting. And like I said, I'm not reporting on the story. I don't know nothing about what happened. I'm not being funny. I'm being very honest. I did not watch. I saw a little clip of what Tasha K was saying. I really did not watch the whole thing. I did see where he told Tasha K that he was being extorted, that those pictures were an extortion, and anybody that reported on it, he was going to basically deal with them in court. So I'm not reporting on it. We just talking about the double standard. You think it's because he's conventionally unattractive? But we talked about John Gray. I mean, no offense, but I don't find John Gray to be a particularly attractive man. But we was all in on, and when I say we, again, if it don't apply, let it fly. I ain't talking about you. I'm saying we in general, like we. We talked about John Gray. I do think celebrity has to do with it because most people saw Diddy's tape. Well, I didn't, but yeah, it was out there. I didn't need to see it. Y'all told me what it was, and I was okay with that. Like, I didn't need to see for myself. I was fine. Y'all, I came home to a box. So let's do a quick unboxing. If they report on it and show the pictures he was sued, he should. Because again, in this day and age, we can't even verify those pictures are real. They still got Mitch McConnell running around here. And if y'all believe that that's really Mitch McConnell, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell y'all. I can tell that they're shoes. This is clearly a shoe box. I have no idea what shoes these are. Now, I do vaguely remember ordering 2 pairs of sneakers. And I remember when I was on vacation, I remember saying, them shoes never came. So we're going to open this box because I have no idea what pair of shoes these are. I ordered 2 pair of shoes. Both of them were Adidas. That I remember. Both of them were Adidas. I don't think a lot of people believe the story. And I think that's why maybe I haven't seen a lot of people covering it. I would need a lot more information before I covered it because Tasha K talking about she saw some pictures. No, not me. Okay, so it's an Adidas box. So let's see what's inside, y'all. Because again, I do not remember. I don't. And I think I bought these from a third-party seller. And I was a little nervous because I normally buy straight from, when I buy from a third party, I normally buy from like GOAT or StockX. So I was a little nervous because it was some random seller I saw on Instagram, child. Okay, the box is beat up. But look at this box, child. This box is toe up. This box is toe down. Okay. I don't know what to wear either, Cajun, and I need to wash clothes and hurry up and figure it out. Oh, okay. These are cute. I hope they fit. Ooh, I hope they fit. That's what these are. These are cute. I hope these fit. Ooh, these look a little narrow. Y'all know I got fat feet. These look a little narrow. Ooh. My feet are swollen right now because I was on that plane last night. I don't know if these gonna fit or not. Let me see if I can get my left foot in. My left foot is my fattest foot. If I can get my left foot in this, we good. We golden. If I can get my left foot in this, we golden. Yeah, these are cute, y'all. This is a cute little work shoe. And then I ordered a brown pair, very similar to that. But the brown pair I ordered, I ordered that before I ordered these. So I need to check. I definitely need to check on those. But they're brown. They almost look like saddle shoes, but they're Adidas. But they have like they look like the old-fashioned saddle shoes, but they're brown. I wear compression socks. I did not wear my compression socks yesterday. Because it was such a short flight. But normally I do wear my compression socks. I wore my compression socks in Spain. Oh, they fit, y'all. Ooh. They fit. Oh, these are cute. Oh, I can't wait to wear these. These are so cute. So these are like denim. And look at the back. Isn't that cute? The little zip up. The back. Isn't that cute? I don't think it's a real zipper though. Oh, it does really zip. Oh, it does really zip down. Look at that. That is so cute. I think these are so cute. And these were cheap. When I say cheap, these were under $100. These were under $100. I think Adidas are becoming my new favorite. Because I ordered those other Adidas. I've been wearing them all. Those camouflage ones. Those are so cute. But the other ones I ordered that